pomp and splendor attendant upon the Washington inaugurals of our presidents, the utter simplicity of the inauguration of Calvin Coolidge within the dimly lighted sitting room of a farm homestead in an obscure Vermont village might be considered rather drab and commonplace. But unadorned as the ceremony and the surroundings were, the event was not lacking in dramatic values or in manifest, if repressed, excitement. Certainly, it was an historical incident entirely unique in American annals, and it is wholly unlikely that a similar scene will ever be reenacted again, except for today. The 29th president lay dead in San Francisco. Across the nation, here in this very spot, Calvin Coolidge took the presidential oath in his father's home and by his father's hand, with only the awed faces of a tiny group of witnesses to share in the solemnity. It had been an oppressively hot night. Darkness was settled deeply through the valleys and over the guardian hills. There was nothing to disturb the stillness, save the shrill monotony of the katydid's notes and the occasional hoot of an owl on the hillside, penetrating the tranquil night air with its mournful tones. As the softened rays from a kerosene lamp illuminated the firm, stern features of father and son, and grotesquely cast shadowy figures upon the walls of the farm room, Calvin Coolidge raised his right hand and seconds later became the 30th President of the United States. There indeed was drama.
A telegram dispatched from San Francisco was received at White River Junction at 10:30 p.m. on the night of August 2nd. I received that message at the public telephone station in Bridgewater, copied it, and rushed with all deliberate speed to Plymouth Notch to deliver it to Mr. Coolidge. Around midnight, I arrived at the Coolidge home, pounded on the side door, and aroused Colonel John Coolidge, who took the message and delivered it to his son.
My father must have been moved by the thought of the many sacrifices he had made to place me where I was. The 25 mile drives in storms and in zero weather over our mountain roads to carry me to Black River Academy, and all the tenderness and care he had lavished upon me in the 38 years since the death of my mother, in the hope that I might to sometime rise to a position of importance, which he now realized. He had been the first to address me as President of the United States. It was the culmination of the lifelong desire of a father for the success of his son.
The new president and Mrs. Coolidge dressed and came downstairs. Shortly thereafter, the president issued a statement of sympathy and condolence to the assembled press and indicated that he would leave for Washington in the morning and there take the oath of office.
Later that evening, I arrived with young Joe Fountain, reporter of the Springfield Reporter. I impressed upon the president that he must take the oath of office immediately. The country was without a president.
Father, Mr. Dale thinks I should immediately take the oath of office. You are still a notary, aren't you?
Yes, Cal, I am.
Later, the colonel was asked, "How did you know you could administer the presidential oath to your son?" The colonel replied, "No one ever told me that I couldn't." Okay, oath time.
Raise your right hand. I, Calvin Coolidge,
I, Calvin Coolidge,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the office of President of the United States
the office of President of the United States,
and will to the best of my ability
and will to the best of my ability
to preserve, protect, and defend
to preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United States.
the Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President. I'm proud of you.